What's the tea with the broken trophy and you've lost it? Please tell us what's happened.
Yeah, okay, so people, they're starting to think this is all rigged,
Do you think you're going to win?
What did we create? That's insane.
I'm getting goosebumps just, feeling it. Hello, it's a gay and a non-gay.
Hi.
Well, actually, let's not ruin the surprise because we have a guest who's going to guess.
Is this a gay and non-gay in a day?
Which of us do you think is a gay and which is a non-gay, Nemo?
I said before that I thought both of you could be gay.
To be fair, at that point, I was wearing a pink hoodie, an orange hat.
That's true. I think that's a compliment, Dan. What do you feel? How
for
do you
sure.
feel?
Wow, quite possibly.
So you're not gay?
Well, why do you think that? Just out of interest.
I feel like we're all a little bit gay,
Right, maybe.
I think so. I think everyone's a little bit gay. Definitely. We are really, aren't we? I mean, whether you like watching, the porn or whatever, you're still going to be a little bit gay, aren't you?
Well, do you know about the Kinsey scale? Have you heard of the Kinsey scale?
No.
It's like the scale of how gay you are.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we did it, and I was 100% straight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crazily. And I was a little bit straight. Bit straight.
Okay. So maybe we're all a little bit straight.
Maybe we're all a bit...
sadder.
Oh, that's so sad. I don't want to be straight.
I mean, I was surprised. I thought I'd be 5-10% gay or something. Because I quite like Bruce.
So it's like zero. There's
It was zero. Yeah,
0.
it was you're absolutely straight. There's nothing gay about you.
Wow.
Which is surprising because I've thought about Bruce Springsteen occasionally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
would you? What would you say is your straightest vibe, Nemo? When do you feel at your most straight?
My straightest vibe is that I feel like I'm into movies and I'm these kind of these film bros that are this movie, Pulp Fiction is the best movie in the world.
You're a film bro.
Part of my identity, and I feel really weird about it. I love movies, and sometimes that can come off as a bit this film bro vibe.
Yeah. Well, after 20 minutes with Dan, you'll start saying bruv and bro all the time, and you'll be calling women birds. So good luck, strap in. I think my straightest vibe is that I forget birthday cards. I'm really bad at that.
Yeah.
I'm just never good at that. I'm really bad.
Yeah. By the way, I did.
You forget birthdays or birthday cards?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not really straight. It's more just straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my inner straight man.
Yeah.
I did the London Marathon, by the way, 3 weeks ago, and James is yet to congratulate in 3 hours 27 minutes. Lest we forget. And
That's not true. I have congratulated Dan. Of course I have. We're not here to talk about Dan and I's intercomplicated relationship. We're here to talk about you, Nemo. You just won the Eurovision Song Contest.
I did. What the heck? Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. And we just had amazing news before we started recording that you now have your first UK top 20 single.
That's insane. We made, what do you say, place? Charted?
Either?
All of the above.
Place 18.
18.
What the? That's so crazy to me.
Did you ever dream that you'd have a UK top single in your life when you were younger?
It wasn't a life goal of mine to be top 20 UK.
No, because you were fuck the UK.
No, actually, it wasn't even it wasn't my dream to go to Eurovision. It's more something that kind of happened. And I'm really grateful that this just thing happened. And I was like, oh, wow, I could actually go there and it feels great. And I don't know, some people say they're manifesting a lot of things. I feel like sometimes life just kind of creates. I like to listen to life, and kind of see what life tells me to do sometimes. And then I do it and I go that way, and then I experience a bunch of things, and Eurovision was
can we start right at the start of your life then? When did you first find music, and what was your path? Sorry, I'll say that again as I popped. What was your path to Eurovision?
So I was always super interested in music. I started playing the violin when I was really little, and then I started singing, and I went to youth opera when I was 9. And we sang the Magic Flute and prepared an opera piece for a whole year, and then basically showed it to our families. That's kind of the vibe. And then later I started rapping, and I started writing songs in Swiss German. And I just always liked to create. I think I always had the need to kind of say something or do something. And after a while of doing Swiss German songs, I was like, maybe I should start writing in English, because this opens up a whole new playfield of collaboration. And I wanted to move to Berlin, and so I started writing in English. And then one thing led to another, and I got invited to a songwriting camp in Zurich. And I thought they were inviting me as a songwriter for other artists to write songs for Eurovision. I was like, I'll do that. That's cool. I arrived the first day, and I got put together with Thea, who went for Austria last year. And I was like, okay, so wait, if you went to Eurovision, like, who are we writing for now? And she was like, you. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I had so much fun, like, just kind of letting go of everything that I thought I had to be, like, musically. That first day, I was like, it was so freeing to... I didn't even take it seriously at that point, like, that I would actually go to Europe. And I was like, wow, let's do this thing for a day and try it out. It's so much fun that the next day I was like, okay, let's do that again with another team. And that's when the code happened. And when we were listening to that song at the end of the day, we were just like, you can imagine 4 people in the room just kind of open wide mouths, like, what did we create? This is so cool. And at that moment, knew if I ever go to Eurovision, it's with this song.
So when you heard that song, did you think you were going to win?
I think there's so many, like, outside factors at Eurovision that you cannot plan with anything. And, like, I mean, I got also super lucky that I met Benke, who's the director for the staging. We clicked immediately, and I felt like the staging and the song, they just kind of tell the story together. And I feel like that's what Eurovision is about, you know, creating something musical at first, but then combining it with the right images and telling a story. And I think it just worked out, and I loved telling my story, so I feel like people really felt that.
And the song obviously is about breaking a code, and we know that means, like, the binary code. You're non-binary, so that's hugely important. I'm getting goosebumps just, like, feeling it. I mean, was it important to take that song because of that? And when you wrote it, what was going on in your head?
I think when I wrote it, it really just came from a place of a lot of queer joy. You know, I was out to my family and friends for a while, and I just, like, got really comfortable with myself. I worked through a lot of shame and, like, just unpleasant feelings, and I was, like, at a point where I was like, I want to tell my story, and I want to just feel this cathartic moment of arrival in a way. And, like, kind of that really just, I feel like that's basically the whole song. It tells my story of how I got to a point of feeling comfortable with myself and standing up for myself. And I think that's really important, because it's, in the end, it's just my story, and I wouldn't want to tell any other story than my own.
As a gay man, obviously, I know what shame is. I don't know if Dan has a similar experience.
Not really.
Probably some shame, less so. I don't know. What's non-binary shame like? That's not something I have experienced.
Just, I feel like for me, like, I think the hardest part really in my whole journey of being non-binary is, like, feeling very alone and, like, not having the right words for it yet, not feeling comfortable enough to share it with my people and my community. And once I worked through that, and once I had more courage to open up, like, in my relationship at the time, or, like, with my family, like, things started getting so much better, because I mean, I was very privileged also, and I still am, to have a community around me that truly accepts me and that is just there for me, you know? And I feel like because of that, a lot of things got way easier for me. And I just realizing that people accept me for who I am, I think just has been such a huge part of feeling good for me. Yeah.
What was your coming out like when you came out? I know that must be hard because you have to translate everything from the original language into English, maybe.
I mean, it was a process. The first person I opened up to was my partner at the time, and we had a lot of conversations about it. Also, like with her, I was like, it was more a process where I also shared a lot of things not coming fully to a conclusion yet. So we just talked a lot, and then we moved to Berlin together, and in Berlin I found this wonderful safe space, which was actually a nail salon. This is the coolest place in Berlin ever. Like, you just walk into the kitchen basically of the apartment, and there's like a whole nail salon in the kitchen. It's Tom's place, and he's a trans man, and like just the most wonderful person. And like his wife, they just like created a space, a queer space where you could just totally be yourself, open up, have conversations. And I feel like so much of like me just also kind of trying myself out, feeling comfortable enough to really come out of my shell has been through Tom's place. And I think it's really important to have spaces like this, and to find spaces like this, especially if you don't find it in your family and stuff. Like, I want every queer person to know, especially non-binary people, to know that there are places for you if you don't have access to them, like through the internet, like or just try to find people that really accept you for who you are, even if it's hard. It's the best thing you can find, and I think it's so important to really put yourself out there, and then only through that you can truly ever find a place like that.
So you're the first non-binary person to win Eurovision, right? And bizarrely, and let me just sort of get this right in my head, but you, in a sense, you don't exist in your home country, right? Because they don't recognise you as being non-binary. But you've been having some conversations with the powers that be, right? In Sweden? In Switzerland.
It's okay.
Switzerland.
It's okay.
They both start with an SW. Oh, I'm so happy. We've exposed Dan as being xenophobic.
Switzerland, sorry, of course.
Homophobe, xenophobe.
Sorry, guilty as charged.
Dan is literally the most wonderful ally in the world, so it's very funny for him to make a mistake like that.
As soon as I said Sweden, I corrected
and he's
myself.
gone so red.
So you've been speaking to the Swiss authorities.
That's not getting an edit, Dan. Don't try and do a pickup.
the Swiss authorities. How's that been going?
Yeah, so in Switzerland we actually have not one president but 7.
What? 7?
Yeah, 7 presidents. And I bumped into one before Eurovision by accident. We were both getting our makeup done in a very different way. Got some powder and I was like fully glam.
Yes, of course.
And we started talking and he just wished me luck, and I was like, I texted him on like Instagram after that. I was like, hey, by the way, after Eurovision I would really want to meet you because like we need to talk about like third gender entry. Like, I don't know exactly how that translates to English. It's like the Drittgeschlechtseintrag in Switzerland. And we have to make that possible in Switzerland. It can't be that like so many people don't get recognized and by the law, you know. And he was like, someone texted back, yeah, you know, like the president doesn't read his Instagram DMs, but we'll call you. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So after Eurovision, now we're getting in touch. Actually, today I talked to his assistant or like communications manager. He has the coolest name, by the way. It's like Oliver Washington. Isn't that the coolest name?
That's such a cool name.
Nice.
So we're setting up a meeting, and there's a campaign rolling in at the same time called We Exist.
Great.
So we're just trying to put everything together and meet up like as soon as possible, and really like make this an impactful moment that hopefully can gain some momentum and cause positive change.
Amazing. And do you think they want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, they're super open about it. I don't really know a lot about like how the law actually works and how long it takes to. There's experts for that. I'm really glad I'm not going there by myself and be like, yeah. So then and then.
You won't need to write the law. I think you're just the face, darling.
Exactly.
You're just the face.
It's good.
Of it.
I'll just show up and look pretty.
I feel like, in a way, Switzerland is pretty non-binary in general, just in the fact that the flag is a square instead of like a normal flag shape. Like, the emoji is a small square. So that is already, Switzerland is already breaking the binary of the world. So I feel like this is the charge forwards that you need to take.
Yeah, and do you know what, like the stage, the Eurovision stage was literally a Swiss flag. Did you see that?
Yeah. I don't think I
a big
noticed
plus.
that.
It was a big plus.
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah, so people, like, they're starting to think this is all rigged, you know.
This was all planned. The staging was amazing. How did that, I mean, I know you talked about who came up with that, but how did you learn how to do that? Because you're basically on what we would call a sort of upside down, it's like a medicine ball in a gym, or like a lazy Susan. It's like spinning. Like, was it difficult?
The inspiration for that was a spinning top, you know, like Inception, but without the tip.
Yeah.
It took some time to get used to it. Like, I was really glad because I have an electric skateboard, and I've been like practicing on that like a lot. Like, when you accelerate, it's kind of the same feeling of like, kind of, you have to lean back a little bit, and I think that helped a lot with the balance. But so many people ask me if I have magnets in my shoes.
Really?
Yes, because I'm doing like this matrix thing where I like step out and then like but I don't actually have magnets in my shoes. But I got a little bit like upset with my director for not thinking of that, like for safety reasons after that. No, it was so much fun to learn all of this.
Amazing.
So it's obviously been like a whirlwind week for you. Can you even think about what's next, or are you just trying to get through?
I just want to get into the studio, honestly. Like, I'm telling my team, like, okay, we need to do promo. I get it, but we need to make time for me just like going to the studio. I'm so inspired. I'm ready to write more and to create and just to collaborate. Now I want to create a lot. I think that's next for me. I'm preparing the live show as well. Like, we're playing a lot of festivals this year and booking a tour for next year in Europe, which is amazing. So that's all happening.
Are you coming here?
Cool.
I hope so. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we need to sign you at Mighty Hoopla. Bambi Thug is signed for Mighty Hoopla this summer. So
oh, really?
I think that your team needs to do that.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Obviously, Eurovision, there was a lot of controversy. We'll make sure this is the right tone, by the way. You said when you won that maybe Eurovision needs a little bit of fixing. What do you mean in that sense?
I mean, now it's coming to Switzerland, right? And I feel like I just want to be part of a positive change. I want to be part of a positive atmosphere. It was a pretty intense experience in a lot of ways. And I think the EBU already noticed that. And I hope they're just putting their best foot forward. Can you say that?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. And I just want to like be part of the conversation. I think if we have it in Switzerland, I'd love it to be just like a good experience for all the artists and for the audience. And just, you know, Eurovision is about bringing people together, and I truly believe that. I've experienced that this year, like the friendships, the really meaningful connections I made. I'll have those for my whole life, and that's what it's about. And I want to make sure that that's what Eurovision focuses on and can do in the future as well. So I just try to be part of the conversation and fix Eurovision a little bit, hopefully.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. What was it like backstage then between you all, where you were, you know, up against this conversation and trying to get on with doing your job as artists and trying to bring queerness to the mainstream, which you did so successfully? How was that experience? That must have been really powerful. Yes,
like I feel like the amount of queerness was really felt, and I feel like it brought us together, and there was like a lot of bonding happening. I feel like someone told me, you know, like that has been to Eurovision a couple of times, like it's always like, we'll see each other again, and then you might like stumble upon each other a while later or so, but like they said they truly believe this year is different. Like I feel like we're really gonna be part of each other's life in one way or another. It's like a little family that we created, and that's what I think, what I'm gonna remember after all of this. Like that's what will stick in my mind, and I hope we can just build on that.
You obviously made friends with Ollie, our blessed Ollie Alexander backstage and through the week and months that you were working together. How are you both? Is he okay? How's he feeling?
Oh, you'd have to ask Ollie that. We've been texting. Maybe we can meet in London. I think I'm only here for 2 days, so it might be a little bit tight, but I'll be back. He was the sweetest person ever, and his whole team, like, just, you could really feel the kindness. And you know, like when one person radiates kindness, it just attracts the right people. And I feel like he really has the right people around him. Like his whole team, like, kudos to him for creating that space.
And the staging was amazing.
Yes. What the fuck?
It was Pet Shop Boys 2024.
I can say it.
No, you can swear this one. This is
Yeah,
one
you can do the C-bombs, the F-bombs.
Yeah, no, really incredible. Like, for me, one of the top stagings this
Same.
year. Yeah, and Bambi. Like, Bambi's staging was amazing. Their staging was mind-blowing as well.
Yeah, Bambi was so fantastic. Oh my God, I love what they said as well. The queers are coming.
Yeah, they are.
It's so good.
Listen, thanks so much for passing through. And
Oh
good
wait,
luck.
I definitely have another question.
Well, go on.
But I can't remember what it was, so I was letting you do one.
Well, I'm out.
Wait, no.
But we've been chatting for quite a while.
20 minutes.
So that's...
What was it going to be? Oh, Nemo, I don't want to lose you and then forget what it was.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Because I've never said, my plan was actually to say that in every interview at Eurovision in hopes that it would actually help me. I don't know if I'm in the right place for that because we're in the UK right now, but I'm looking for an apartment in Berlin, 4 rooms, a shared apartment with like some friends of mine. So if you know anything.
So you're looking for 4 rooms?
Yeah, because we're 3 people and we want to have like a studio in there as well.
Oh, nice.
So
you don't want to live in the UK?
Maybe. Okay, if I get a really good offer in London, then I'll take a 4-room apartment for my
Sounds good.
friends and me as well.
Before we let you go, I want to know if you have, what advice you have for non-binary babies who are listening and don't know how to express who they are yet.
Wow. Just talk to people you trust. And if you don't have someone you trust right now, then try to access someone maybe like through the internet. There's so many amazing communities out there, or try to like find maybe a sense like a community in your hometown or something. Like, just, I think opening up, like talking to people and just having the conversation is what really helped me.
And I always feel like I have a lot of different versions of myself like I carry from the past. So I wonder if you did the same thing, and do you ever give advice to your younger self?
Oh yeah, I had like Luna from Poland and her friend. They told me about like kind of like a meditation or like an image you can have, just like kind of when you're experiencing a lot of anxiety or stress, you just kind of like, you go back in your mind and you just give your younger self a hug first, and then you wait and you imagine that you're your younger self and you give your present self a hug. And I do that every now and then. It's really healing for me. It's like I just love to know that I think my younger self would be really, really proud of me right now, and I'm really proud of my younger self too, in a way. Like just thinking back and loving yourself like that is, I think, really important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I remember the question I was going to ask. Okay. What's the tea with the broken trophy and you've lost it? Please tell us what's happened.
Yeah, okay, so I lost the trophy. Wait. First I broke it. Then they gave me a new one because they were prepared, which was like, okay, good job, Eurovision. Then they took it away again because they were like, this is not the official one, you'll get one. But then we didn't actually get one yet, so I'm not sure exactly what's up. Like the producer from Switzerland, he said like, yeah, just I put everything in your bags, you open it up like at home. And so I was like, oh, when I was at home, like the trophy's not here. And he was like,
God.
I didn't see any trophy. And now we're like, okay, where's the trophy? And we have to find it, and we don't know who the suspects are yet. But
this feels like a podcast series. Where is Finding Nemo's Finding Nemo's Eurovision Trophy?
Yeah,
exactly. I'm sure we'll find it.
Who's your number one suspect?
Ollie Alexander.
Bambi.
Probably. Ollie, come on, step forward, Ollie. No, I kind of hope that we get the broken one though, because that's way cooler.
It's way cooler.
It would be cool, or like it wouldn't be the same thing to get a new one.
Yeah.
Agree.
You could break it in the same place, or
yeah, that would.
It's very Mean Girls, isn't it? As well, to break it and snap off a piece for everybody.
I cut myself. Yeah, on stage. Like I still.
We all wear our scars, though.
Yeah, exactly. This is my Eurovision scar now.
We love you so much, Nemo.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on A Gay and A NonGay.
Yay.
Yeah, see you soon.
That was amazing. Thank you.